What's the video about today then, mate?
We are talking about Carrie Fisher's boobs.
Good luck getting this one past the demonetization squad. I believe in you, editor for this video. I'm not going to insult anybody watching this by trying to pretend that people don't know who Princess Leia is in this preamble, and instead just say that she ushered a generation of horny young boys and hornier young women into adulthood with her now iconic slave outfit. An outfit, it turns out, needs to be held in place by copious amounts of tape.
It's just hard to believe that this outfit was in a kid's movie.
Yeah, contrary to what you might see people posting on Twitter, like, the angry, very angry, sorry, let's clarify, men, Star Wars is a series that was ostensibly for children, hence why it basically does nothing but sell toys. It is kind of hard to believe that Princess Leia, a character, the only female character in, the original trilogy with any, scenes of note, ended up wearing an outfit more revealing than the one in the Star Wars porn parody. So we should probably talk about that. And that's not me joking, by the way. I think that's actually true. I think that slave outfit is actually more revealing because there's a quote from, the legend Carrie Fisher herself, where she's like, oh man, anyone who stood behind me just got to see all the way downtown. That thing did not, except for the one specific angle they filmed it from, that shit did not cover up anything.
Yeah, because it's just guys' fantasies, isn't it? If you like Star Wars, you want your lady friend to dress up.
And to cut a long story short about how this outfit came to be, the answer is George Lucas, because of course it was George Lucas. And the story goes that Carrie Fisher actually wanted to wear a bra, underneath that outfit, and George Lucas convinced her not to by saying, and I quote, "There's no underwear in space." Which means that, canonically, nobody in Star Wars wears a bra or underwear, because apparently it doesn't exist. They invented laser swords and, cybernetics that can help people, walk around and function after being left burning to death on a pile of, lava. But no, underwear, no one thought of that. No one thought of fucking underwear.
I love that.
And Carrie Fisher fell for it and didn't wear underwear while wearing that outfit.
It's just the idea of just everyone running around in some random planet with just commando.
They all are, yeah, canonically. George Lucas, up until Disney bought it and deleted all that shit, he was the ultimate authority on Star Wars, and he says that there's no underwear in space, so I'm inclined to believe him. Because I think Carrie Fisher just never wore a fucking bra during that trilogy of films. It's well played to her. And that reminds me a lot of early seasons of Friends where none of the female characters just ever wore a bra. And it never became an issue, and you think it would, considering it was in America, and they tend to give a huge shit about that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's no, it's just mainstream TV, just nipples everywhere. Just the pointiest nipples I've ever seen just on TV. It's so weird.
Is that part the casting call?
I don't know. It was just so odd, because I remember watching episodes back, in addition to thinking, man, this sucks. I don't know why people thought this was funny. Why her nipples out? What is going on?
Because I remember going back to Friends with this rumour that she actually wore a bra, but cut a hole there, so it made them look bigger.
You went back to check. I think the one episode of Friends I went back to watch is when I saw a screenshot online of Central Perk where, as a joke, one of the set dressers put a potato underneath the cake thing. And it's no, that's got to be fake. That's obviously, no, I went back and watched the episode, and I'm sure there'll be a clip of it after I finish talking, and there's just a fucking potato underneath the cake stand. It's no one noticed that. And that reminds me of something that happened with the show King of Queens. I'm not sure if you watched that at all.
No.
Okay, well, you don't need to because it stars Kevin James. But it also stars Patton Oswalt in a secondary role. And 10 years after the series stopped being relevant, he admitted on Twitter, oh yeah, as a laugh for one episode, I just stood still and didn't move. And you can show it, and he just, the entire scene, he just doesn't move, he stands perfectly still. And nobody noticed for 10 years. Maybe that's what it was with the nipples. Maybe just no one noticed the nipples until it was on TV. It was hang on a sec, when it's on Netflix a decade later, what's going on here?
I want to bring it back to Carrie Fisher's boobs, but I can't help
It's so weird.
You just can't get away from the boobs now.
It's just everywhere. Well, fuck it. Fuck it. Right, Nisha, we're really sorry. She just sat in the corner just on her phone. I hope just right now she's just looking at dick bulges. Because we deserve it. So, let's talk about that one. Best dick bulge in fiction. Let's even it out.
The dick bulge.
Well, man, there's so many though. Have you seen the famous one is Power Rangers?
Yeah.
The Yellow Ranger, because they use footage from Super Sentai, is a man. And the Yellow Ranger just has a huge big dick bulge, which always cracked me up. And then we've got I think we talked about this before. I think we have, doing a video about David Bowie, because I was going to say David Bowie. No, we talked about it before. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, God, we talk about too much penis on this channel. Let's move on to boobs. People are going to start wondering. Spend all this time alone, Karl, in just a room with men, talking about penises. What's going on?
So Carrie Fisher didn't wear a bra at all then?
Not during the original trilogy, no.
Wow.
Yes, and you might be thinking, well, that sounds uncomfortable, and it really, really was. And according to Carrie Fisher, while she was, admittedly, she's very young at the time, she was quite perky, those outfits did not leave a lot to the imagination, so she did need a little bit of help. And she said that help came in the form of a small amount of tape that would be used to either hold her breasts in place or position them correctly for, the fit of the outfit. Right? Yeah. And the slave outfit being, the most pertinent to today's conversation, because that thing was molded. And the only way to get it on and not get the film a PG-15 rating or whatever the fuck is by using tape to basically just hold the girls in place. Just stop them from escaping, just at will. Just just venturing out into doing their own thing.
So right now we know she wasn't wearing a bra.
Yeah, we knew Carrie Fisher was basically letting it all hang loose during the entirety of the original trilogy.
And George Lucas knew because it was his idea.
It was his idea. Creepy old man. Do you know what we need to say as we say that? His face needs to get a little bit bigger. This creepy old man George Lucas no, Carrie, don't wear a bra. Now put this slave outfit on. It's empowering for little girls at home. Oh, God, George, what are you doing?
George, stop.
Stop it, George.
But did anyone else know this?
Apparently the entire cast and crew, and Carrie Fisher, doesn't give a fuck. So she didn't mind the crew knowing that she was not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
But it annoyed her that they never let it go. And every single person on the cast and the crew would bring it up at every possible opportunity.
God.
And I think there's even a thing in one of the Star Wars movies where you can clearly see Harrison Ford cup her breast as he goes to help her.
Yeah.
It's the famous shot. And I think at the time Carrie Fisher and Harrison Ford were fucking and having an affair.
Yeah.
Which led to one of my favourite tweets of all time, which is, I deeply respect that the last thing Carrie Fisher did before she died is said, I fucked 1980s Harrison Ford. An automotive and then let it go. But yeah, you can even Han Solo himself couldn't resist grabbing a squeeze to check if she was wearing a bra or not.
Test.
So fucking hell. The thing is that helps his character and it sells him as a scumbag.
Yeah, he does actually.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah, this injured woman on the floor. So come on, Harrison. Underwear doesn't exist in that universe, so that doesn't make sense for Han Solo. Which I'm guessing is what he was doing after that night.
Yeah.
Han Solo. Masturbation jokes. Only the highest level of quality here, guys.
So the article's about a photo of her breasts?
Yes, and people are wondering, well, where does this come in? Well, as you can imagine, at the end of each day, that boob tape she was wearing to keep the girls where they needed to be removed. And it very quickly became the crew's favourite time of the day.
I bet it did.
And Carrie Fisher would have to go into a back room and tear it off and then throw it into a bin and with all the jeers and cheers you'd expect. And then one day, as a joke, she said, I will auction off the tape removal for today. As a joke, but everyone on the crew took it way too seriously, and actual bets and stuff started to be made. People were whooping and hollering and fighting each other to do that.
Oh my God.
And she was made a little uncomfortable by, just the horde of men scrambling to grab her tits. And fine, if you all give such a huge shit about this, wait right here. And she walked into an office nearby, removed the boob tape, removed her bra, or removed the outfit she was wearing, pressed her breasts against a photocopier and just hit copy, and then handed out copies to every member of the cast and crew who wanted one. And then just said, leave me the fuck alone. Which is just such a Carrie Fisher move, isn't it? I love Carrie Fisher so much. That's just so her. It's you know what, guys? If you give that much of a shit, here are some breasts. Have a great day. And you're probably thinking right now, Adam, well, I'm guessing a lot of people in the audience are, well, where are these photos today? Because they, as far as I'm aware, have never surfaced, because I've researched this.
Yeah.
For my job.
Yeah, job. Yeah.
Because even the Lost Media Wiki, which is a wiki page dedicated to collating all the information we know about pieces of lost media, which inexplicably includes photographs of a photocopy of Carrie Fisher's breasts, says that nobody knows where they are, and it's not known what the cast and crew did with their copies. But I'm guessing there must be at least one out there somewhere. But if you had a photocopy of Carrie Fisher's breast, the only one in existence as far as you know, would you share that shit? So we don't actually know if any of these photocopies survive, but a couple of them must have done. Just by how excited the cast and crew were to see her breasts. I don't think like when they got given those, went, oh, okay, I'm just gonna throw this away now.
Yeah.
I'm guessing like there's at least one guy who's got his like vacuum sealed, like a copy of like Amazing Fantasy #1 or something or Action Comics, and he's just behind like bulletproof perspex, like the Mona Lisa or some shit.
Because it's like in the news the other day, like before we filmed this, it turned out that someone had found like lost footage of the Beatles in the bread bin. And they just sold it for $10,000.
That's what's going to happen. Do you think like 10, 15 years down the line, they're going to be clearing out someone's going to be clearing out their granddad's flat?
Yeah.
And they're just going to find like his hidden porn stash, and hidden amongst it is just a photocopy of Carrie Fisher's breast.
I hope she signed it as well, just for authenticity.
Oh, she might have done. We don't know. Because like the story is like one of those like legends that people don't think is true. I think Carrie Fisher has confirmed, I did it. I don't give a fuck, I'm Carrie Fisher. What are you going to do? Fuck you.
She's just like female you.
Oh, man, Carrie Fisher's so good. She's way more talented than I am. Fuck you know. Well, she's appearing in movies after she's dead.
Yeah,
that's skills, that.
That is talent.
So we've spent about, 20 minutes talking about Carrie Fisher's breast and the fact she doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really want to continue doing that because it just makes me feel weird. Doesn't you? Just like, people ask like, oh, Karl, you talk about penises so much on the channel. It's because there's nothing funnier than a flaccid penis. Everyone can laugh at that. But when you start talking about boobs, it just makes you sound like a creep.
Yeah,
it makes you sound like those guys who are like, like whooping and hollering at Carrie Fisher because she's like, oh, would anyone like, the opportunity to pull off my boob tape? Yes! It's a joke, lads. Calm down. Calm down. Fuck you know. So what do you want to talk about instead? Because I just feel like so seedy after that.
Well, I do, especially since my girlfriend's just sat there staring at me, yeah.
She just sat there staring like daggers through you. It's crazy.
So I'm very careful. So we need a random subject to get away from the breast.
How about Star Wars? Because we could talk about... I'm wearing a T-shirt today. It's an old one that's like not appeared on the channel in a while. Like, you can go buy in our merch store. And we were originally going to get... there was a T-shirt like drawn by a friend of the channel, like, one Erie Knox, who's appeared in a couple of videos.
Yeah.
And that was T-Pone's Leia, which is, I would argue, one of our greatest ever bits.
It was so good.
Like when Princess Leia in Last Jedi just T-posed through the galaxy, Brad edited it so that she flies at light speed and destroys the Dreadnought. And our friend, like one Erie Knox, she drew a piece like of artwork showing that, and it's going to be behind us right now. That, when I uploaded to our Redbubble store, which you can go on and buy all kinds of Fact Fiend merch that helps support the channel. I hate doing that. It feels so, I couldn't even get the click on my thumb. Right? I uploaded that, and within a day, I got a cease and desist letter from fucking Disney. I am not making this up, and that's why this T-shirt cannot be on the channel. Because if I try and re-upload it, I will get, my entire Redbubble store banned for copyright infringement. And that, to me, just makes it even funnier. And I'm glad I paid £100 for it. Because that's a vector image. I can get that shit blown up as big as I fucking want.
Because I know, when I spoke to her, she's so proud of the fact that Disney copyright struck one
Which means that it must be really good. But it just makes me think, they are so annoyed that we're making fun of The Last Jedi. That stupid moment. Like, the adventures of T-Pose Leia. She just flies through the galaxy. So fucking good. So yeah, that happened. So don't look forward to no Star Wars related content that's going to be on that Rebels. So fuck it, man. Of all the shit we've talked about at Disney, and that's what they got annoyed about. An objectively very funny T-shirt.
Because I remember, on my channel, I uploaded a dashcam video, and I literally got 3 views on it, and then it got copyright struck.
What for? Got radio on it background.
Radio on.
Oh, copyright robots! No, why you do this to us? So fucking annoying. I hate it. But yeah. Go not check out this T-shirt, but other ones we've got anyway. But fucking hell, God, do I feel weird talking about booze for this long?
Nisha, are you okay?
It's so out of character for me.
I know, it's normally about the penis.
I'm all about the dong, man. You got to do it. I'm all about that big floppy dong. It's just so funny. There's nothing funnier. It's fuck it. This video is going to get demonetised, and it wasn't. It is now. I'm going to tell the story of the wide penis.
Oh, yeah.
Shall we tell the story, Adam? Of the wide penis?
Is this the Coke can penis?
This is the penis. Okay, so a friend of mine, I won't name any names because she's values of privacy, and this story's quite embarrassing. But she was on Instagram one day, and she got sent while we were all at the pub having a drink together. Just a random dick pic, which I'm guessing is a story a lot of girls can relate to. But this dick pic was just so bad So I'm like, I'm a bloke. I don't find that thing attractive. I looked at him and went, that is an objectively terrible view. Like, but the guy was so proud of it. And the one thing we all noticed that he's got a very, very wide penis. Like, and she even said, like, we were there all in the pub, messaging this guy back like via committee of how to best roast this guy's dick. She just sent back like, mate, not to insult your butt, it's a bit too wide. And he sent back, baby, it'll feel like 9 inches long when it's in your bumhole.
Oh, come on.
And we absolutely lost it because, like, what goes is this guy, he was obviously so proud of his oddly wide penis, but he made no effort whatsoever to present it in a good light because he was wearing, like, piss-stained, like, grey jogger bottoms or something in the thing, and the lighting was terrible. It's like, guys, if you're going to send a dick pic, like, at least, like, get some lighting done. Get a green screen. Your dick can be in space. Do you like those photos that girls take when they're on holiday of their knees? And the hot dog legs?
Yeah.
Why don't guys do that with dick pics? It's like, oh, here I am, just like, in space. Here's me on Mount Everest thinking of you. So come on, at least step it up a little bit. But, oh man, that was just so funny. Just the story of the wide penis. And apparently he got so fucking mad and just kept messaging her. And every single time she's like, mate, I'm not interested.
Because we once went a night out and went on chat roulette and that was just just every person you came across.
I remember like one of my ex-girlfriends, like she was on chat roulette because we were drinking. And we had like a bingo board of what you could see. And the one thing the one thing she needed to get a bingo was a penis, but it had to be a black penis. And I remember just like she kept clicking. And then I was like, that guy must have had the greatest day of his life because like, his dick flashes up on screen and my ex-girlfriend just started cheering and clapping and going, yay, when she saw it. Because she managed to like get the line. She had like, all the different ethnicities of penis. She got them all.
Oh,
it's like, yeah, that's how I used to spend my time. We should probably do that. Let's make it a live stream. Let's do it. Let's do a Twitch stream. Let's go.
You know what?
Let's get banned. If people don't get banned for saying the fucking N-word, I can show someone's dick.